Are you interested in joining the latest craze in racket sports? I'm talking about pickleball. It's the latest craze in sports rackets. Come and join me in exploring all the basics things that you need to know, so that you can jumpstart right away into this sport. Pickleball is played in pickleball court, off course. But if you can't find one, you can still play it in a badminton or tennis court. Pickleball shared the same outer court size as badminton. It uses badminton's double court size. The front court is called the kitchen, or the non-volley zone. Volley is the term used for striking the ball before it landed on the floor. So non-volley zone means you cannot strike the ball before it bounces in this zone. We talk more about it later. Kitchen line is 7 feet, 2.13 meters, from the center court. Badminton's short service line is 6.5 feet, 1.98 meters, from the center court. It's about 6-inch different. For me, it is not really a big deal if you just wanted to use badminton short service line as kitchen line. However, if you wanted to use tennis court, there are more work needed. This is the simplest way to convert it. Now, let's look at the net height. Pickleball uses 36 inches height on the edge and 34 inch in the middle. It is slightly different than tennis. Tennis uses 42 inches at the side and 36 inch in the middle. Badminton, however, is totally different height category if you don't knew it already. Next, let's go to paddle. In tennis or badminton you call them racket. In pickleball it's called paddle. Here's a quick comparison between popular sports that uses racket. Generally, all pickle paddle have about the same construction. Here is a general diagram on the construction of a paddle. The middle core has a honeycomb design. Honeycomb is the most effective design to maximizing strength and minimizing material used. Most of the paddle uses polypropylene plastic, as it is the cheapest. More premium paddle may use Nomex or aluminum. Aluminum is the stiffest among those three. This allows the aluminum paddle to be made thinner. This core is covered with a surface layer made of either fiberglass, carbon fiber, graphite, or Kevlar composites. Fiberglass tend to have better rebounding effect, so this gave you more power. The disadvantage is the loss in the control. Carbon fiber and graphite had better absorbing power compared to fiberglass. So this gave you an improvement in control, thus more consistent return. The newer material which is getting more popular is the Kevlar composite. Kevlar composite material is known for its durability and impact resistance. It is tougher, but softer compared to carbon fiber. So, as for control and durability, it is better than carbon fiber. As for power, carbon fiber wins. The outer of paddle usually is protected by edge guard to prevent paddle from damages. The general thickness of a paddle is either 14 or 16 millimeters. A 14 millimeters paddle tends to absorb less power when hitting the ball compared to 16 millimeters paddle. So, when you swing it, the power will transfer directly to the ball. This gave you more power. A 16 millimeters paddle will absorb the impact more, thus allow you to have better control the returning shot. Generally, a 16 mm is categorized as control paddle while 14 millimeters is of a power paddle. 16 millimeters would be a good choice for a beginner. Now, let's look at the ball. There are two types of pickleball. One with 26 larger holes and the other is with smaller 40 holes. The 26 holes are mainly for indoor court, while the 40 holes are for outdoor courts. Outdoor ball tend to travel faster. There are no restriction on colors. Usually people uses light green or yellow. Other available colors are orange, white, red, pink, blue and black. So you can pick the one that is most visible to you. There are also many manufacturers, so when you buy, make sure they met the standard. The most important thing is the bouncing of the ball. It should bounce upwards to 30 to 34 inches when dropped from a height of 78 inches onto a hard surface. This is a chart for a quick comparison between these two balls. After learning about the court, paddle and ball, it's time to step into court and ready to play ball. To play it correctly, let's understand some of the important rules. Let's start with the scoring. The official rules stated that a game is won when any player reached 11 points and win with a margin of at least 2 points. This means a player win at point 11 if the opponent scored 9 points or lower. However, if both players tie at 10 to 10, this is a tiebreaker situation. In order for a player to win, he needs to get the next 2 points and finish it with 12 to 10. But if he won the first point to 11 and lost the next point, which means the game is now tied again at 11 to 11, then a player must get the next 2 points to make it 13 to 11 to win. The maximum point in tiebreaker situation is 15. Whoever reached 15 points first, win. A match is won when any player won 2 out of the 3 games. If each player won 1 game each, then they will play the third game to decide the winner. On the third game, players change sides when the score reach midpoint of 6. A player only scores point if he serves. If he loses the rally, then his opponent will now serve. This is called side out. In badminton old scoring method, this is called service over. The is a bit difference of counting of score for single and doubles. Let's start with single. The game is start with player on the right court serving from the right side of this court. Service is done diagonally to his opponent. If he won the rally, he now serve from the left side of the court. This continues. When he lost the rally, it's now called side out and his opponent will now serve. If his opponent's score is even, he served from the right side. If the score is odd, he served from the left side. Double is a quite different. In a team, each player has a chance to serve. When the first player serve, it is called serve 1 and serve 2 when the second player serve. When the team loses the rally on the second serve, the service now change hand or side out. The first serve always start on the right side of the court in regards of the score. If he win the rally, he continue to serve but on the left side of the court. This will continue till the team lost the rally. After the first player loses his serve, the second player now serve from his side. When the team loses the rally after second player serve, it's side out and the opponent now serve from the right side of the court. There is an exception to this rules. When the game start, the serving team start with service number 2. This means, if they loses the rally, it's side out, and service changed to their opponent. The game score is called out before any player start to serve. The format is server score, receiver score and serve number. For example 2, 4, 1. For single, serve number is not called out as there is no second serve. It is just 2, 4. For double, score call will be 2, 4, 1 if it is first serve ends 2, 4, 2. If it is the send serve. Game start with 0, 0, 2 since there is only one serve. That's the official rules. However, some play to rally scoring method. In rally scoring method, player won a point whenever opponent loses a rally regardless who is serving. Win by 2 points still applies here. This is just like badminton scoring. Some people uses 15 points while other uses 21 as winning point. Another common rules that people uses is serve to win. Serve to win means player must serve to win the winning point. Assuming in a 15 points game, player 1 serve at point 14, but he loses the rally. His opponent now serve. However, if his opponent lost his rally, player 1 didn't win because he wasn't serving. Player 1 score remain at 14. To win, he must serve and win the rally at match point. Server rules. There are 2 types of serve allowed. Volley serve and drop serve. Volley serve is made by striking the ball without bouncing the ball. Rules for volley serve are: ball can be throw up and drop down for volley serve, but ball must be strike before it bounce off the ground. Server arm must be moving upwards. Highest point of paddle cannot be above wrist when paddle strikes the ball. Contact of the ball cannot be above player waist. Drop serve is made by striking the ball after it bounces off the ground. Rules for drop serve are: ball must be released to drop on ground, not throw up or drop with force. There is no restriction on how many times the ball bounces before strike. The court lines. The lines around the court is considered as part of the court. The line around the kitchen are a part of the kitchen. If the ball fall on the sideline, it is considered in, as the line is part of the court. Same for kitchen line. If the ball touch the kitchen line, then ball is considered as falls inside kitchen. Server must stand inside his side of the court. His feet cannot touch the imaginary extensions of the sideline or center line or inside the court. One of the foot must also be touching the ground upon contact between the ball and paddle. So, no jumping serve. The receiver must stand between the center line and sideline, or the imaginary extensions of these lines. He cannot stand inside the court. In a double match, for the receiver team, his partner can stand anywhere around the court area. Serve must land into diagonal area, clear of the kitchen. If the ball touches center line, it is considered as in. The serve can touch the net, but it must clear the non-volley zone to be considered as in. Only one serve attempt is allowed. Other rules. No volley inside kitchen. Player cannot volley whenever he is in the kitchen. Player also not allowed to perform volley and then step into the kitchen after striking the ball. 2 bounce rules. When a ball is served, receiving team must let the ball bounce before returning it, and the serving team must let it bounce for the second time before returning it back. If the server strike the ball before it bounce, he is committing a foul for the second bounce rule. Only after the second bounce, then everyone can perform volley. Player hit by ball is considered committing a foul. Player loses the rally if the ball bounce more than once in his court. Any part of player touching or crossing net is a foul. Clothing, body, or paddle. That's all you need to know. If you want to improve your play, remember to check the next video on improving your pickleball game. Let's play ball.